Hello everyone, it's Scott and welcome to our first look at Bloomburrow. We saw previews from the set at MagicCon Chicago and that gave us an idea what to expect in Magic's first set that is totally focused on animals, and no, there will be no humans in this set. So let's dive in to Bloomburrow. So the first thing we need to understand is there are going to be 10 different types of animals in the set that are, in essence, tribes that are in the valley, which is the area where the 10 tribes live. The first of these is the mouse tribe. We know that's going to be in Boros colors because we have Mabel, heir to the Craig Flame, for 1, a red and a white mana. You get a legendary creature. That's a mouse soldier. That's a 3/3. Other mice you control get +1/+1. And when Mabel, heir to Craig Flame, enters, create Craig Flame, a legendary colorless equipment artifact token with equipped creature, gets +1/+1 and has vigilance, trample, and haste, and equipped 2. So really right off the bat, we've got a very good magic card here. Obviously, you're going to want to have mice as part of your deck if you're using this, but a pretty powerful card to start with from the set. So I would expect we're probably going to see something in almost all of the colors that gives, or a creature that gives all of the creatures of that particular type +1/+1. So this is just our first look at that. And we're going to see 3 treatments of many of these cards. So we got a normal, we have our woodland treatment, and then we have an anime treatment for them as well. Now, the story revolves around the citizens of Bloomburrow fighting elemental beast. So these elementals are things that are coming in and threatening the peace of the valley, and Mabel and her companions are going to start fighting these elemental creatures. So our first from the set that we've got is Lumra, Bellow of the Woods, for 4 and 2 green mana. You get a legendary creature that's an elemental bear and has power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control. Lumra also has vigilance and reach, and whenever Lumra enters, mill 4 cards, then return all lands cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. So very powerful ability there. It is 6 mana, but we are talking about the fact that you're going to have a very large creature at the end of that. So I think this is going to be an interesting card to see where it fits into standard. All right, also with Lumra, we also are going to have a kind of field note treatment of this as well, in addition to the board lists and main treatment. Next, we've got our lands for the set. And because Bloomburrow is a set based around seasons, so for each of the basic types, we're going to see 4 different varieties, basically with the same setting, but for each season of spring, summer, fall, and winter. Next, we've got our cards that are going to be part of the starter deck for Bloomburrow. First, we've got Bria, Riptide Rogue, for 2, a blue and a red mana. You legendary creature, that's an otter rogue. So now we know that our otters are going to be in our Izzet colors, and Bria is a 3/3 with prowess, and whenever you cast a non-land spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Other creatures you control have prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, target creature you control cannot be blocked this turn. So Bria, to me, is a very powerful card. We've kind of got the beginnings already of an Izzet prowess deck, and this just fits in there so well with that. And the ability to give any creatures that you have prowess, I think, is just a bonus. But I think this is going to be an interesting to see if we can build that really strong prowess deck. And we've got a couple of other enablers already in standard here with this kind of ability. So we'll see where it fits, but I like the card a lot, and I think it has the potential to be a strong card in standard. Next, we have Burke, Long Ear of the Law. For 4, a green and a white mana, you legendary creature. That's a rabbit soldier. That's a 4/4 with vigilance. And when Burke, Long Ears of the Law enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. So you can make it 5/5, and give another creature a +1/+1 counter, or you can give 2 other creatures those +1/+1 counters. And whenever a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it attacks, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. So a pretty bonkers ability, that doubling of counters. Now, we already have a creature that does the same thing for 4 mana that's seen minimal play in Standard. So I think for 6, this is probably priced out of Standard playability, but maybe because we have 2 and this is triggered by creatures simply attacking, maybe that fits a little bit better into a +1/+1 counter deck than the one from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Now, we are also seeing here that we're going to see our Rabbit Tribe is going to be in our Selesnya colors. So we've got kind of an idea of what we're going to see from some of the tribes from the Bloomburrow set. Now, we also are going to see characters that are coming to the plane of Bloomburrow from other places, like Ral Zarek. Okay, Ral comes and he becomes an otter because it is otter colors, based on what we learned from Murders at Karlov Manor, that Ral is still a planeswalker even though he didn't have a card in the set. So we're assuming that he's planeswalked to Bloomburrow and now he is an otter. Next, we also saw a preview for Jace from the set. Now, we don't know what the fox colors are, but basically we're going to assume that at least one of them is going to be blue. It'll be interesting to see where we go. But as we learned from the preview so far from Outlaws at Thunder Junction, Varashka survives, and now we know that Jace survives the Phyrexian invasion, and now he's found his way to Bloomburrow. So let's get to target dates for the Bloomburrow set. So Magic Story will start on July 2nd. We'll see our debut and previews begin on July 9th, and our card to image gallery and preview will be completed on July 19th, and Magic Arena will be released on July 30th. The global tabletop release will be August 2nd. And we will have our pre-release event at our local game stores starting on July 26th and ending on August 1st. And there will be a WPN Game Store Open House on August 2nd. So that's our quick look at Bloomburrow. And we know we're going to see some other creatures here as well. My assumption, and one of the things I did say at the preview panel, is look for where creatures of that type currently are in terms of color. So like, for example, we have a bat here, so we know our bats are in black and white, so we know the bat tribe on Bloomburrow will be black and white. And we'll see from there what we're going to see in this set. So thanks for staying to the end of the video. Remember to like and subscribe to get further content like this throughout not only Bloomburrow preview season, but also Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and also the Modern Horizons 3 set that will be coming up over the summer as well. Thanks. I'll see you next time.